Hey guys, John Soda here, back again doing another movie review. And if you guys can tell, my background is completely different. I'm camping with most of my aunts, uncles, and of course my mom, and most of my cousins too. And if you guys see my cousins like walk around or something, or you guys hear any hammering, that'll be the sound of my cousins like hammering wood out of trees. So yeah. What else was I saying? So yeah, today we'll be reviewing Friday the 13th. We'll be reviewing the remake because the old one I haven't seen, and also the old one, Jason's not the killer; it's his mom that's the killer. So yeah, and I thought this be a really like there wouldn't be any perfect time to review Friday the 13th, but while camping in woods. So yeah, uh, yeah. So we're reviewing the 2009 version, cause that one like contains Jason in it, and yeah, and so yeah, let's get right into it. So I don't know any of the directors or most of the actors in this movie, but the only one I know of is Juliana Gill, and I think that's it. And there's other actors too, like like this other actress who's really popular. She was in Sky High and other movies too. And yeah, and then there's Trent DeMar. Oh, There's this joke of going like about these movies, the two movies called Transformers and this movie, there's been like rumors and like theories that this could be connected to the first Transformers, because there was a boy named Trent DeMarco in the first Transformers movie, and in this movie there's a boy named Trent DeMarco, and people think that maybe they could be in the same universe, especially because they're played by the same person. Like, they're literally played by the exact same person. So yeah, there's like some funny theories that this movie's connected to that movie, but I have no idea who the director is actually. So yeah, and I think those are the only people that I know of in the cast. So yeah, but I don't know most of their names, and I know the Chinese dude too. He was in Disturbia. I think his name is Ronnie Yu or something like that. I'm not. That's not his name. I think. I doubt that's his name. Um, so yeah, but I saw him in Disturbia. So yeah, they basically brought in some pretty cool actors. Well, they're not all cool. Actually, they're not all like all that great actually, but I know them in a lot of movies. So yeah. What else I saying? Okay, if you guys hear my something in the background, that's my uncle playing with my cousin, my baby cousin. Okay, so what was I saying? So the plot to this movie is that excuse me. Okay, so the plot is that these group of teenagers, I think, are they teenagers or college students? I think they might be college students. So these college students like go camping in this place called Camp Crystal Lake, and so while they're okay, so the kids are just like chilling. They're just having a fun time. They're having a fun time. Okay, so they're just chilling, and then like they're just having a fun time. They're just like going out exploring the woods. They're even fucking too. They're even like finding weed places too. So yeah, they're just talking. They're just chilling. So yeah, and then all of a sudden they find themselves being haunted and being stalked by this haunted person named Jason Voorhees. He's a man with the bagged mask, and he has a big machete that he kills people with, and he sets up traps all the time. So yeah, he kills those teenagers, but he leaves one to survive. He leaves one to survive, and he traps her in his house or something like that. Like, he has like his own like house he stays in that's like underground. I think, is it underground? I think it's somewhere underground. So yeah, he has a whole house there, and he keeps her in there. And then meanwhile, there's other college students going to the camp too. Like, they're camping too, and then like they do this exact same thing, but they own a shed though. They own a cabin in there. Like, this dude named Trent DeMarco, his family owns this cabin in the Camp Crystal Lake, and so they're just chilling there. They're drinking, they're getting drunk, they're just chilling all the time, and yeah, they're using boats. They're again fucking. They're doing other stuff too. Like, they're just having fun. So yeah. And like there's this other dude too. There's this other man who's not a part of their group. He's just exploring the woods because like his sister has gone missing, and his sister is that girl that Jason took in his house. So yeah, so he's just like going all over the woods and like telling people if they've seen his sister. So yeah, and like he conjures. I mean he encounters the people that are like staying in the cabin too, and like they don't even they haven't even seen his sister either, and like um Trent DeMarco like really seems to not like him. Like he really seems to hate him so much for some weird reason. Like he really seems to not like the dude that's looking for his sister. I forgot the reason why. I kind of forgot the reason why. But he just really seems to hate him for some reason. Cause like Trent DeMarco in this movie, he's such a douchebag. So yeah, but I'll talk a bit more about the characters in a bit. Is there anything else I should say? Oh yeah, so they're just chilling and all of that, and then all of a sudden they find themselves being haunted and stalked by Jason too. Like Jason just kills anyone who comes to the lake. Like literally anyone at all who comes to the lake, he just kills, slices, and dices them. Because like when he was a kid, he got drowned. Like he got drowned in the river, and he died there. He died there, and he always got picked on by like the other kids, because like they always hated how he looked, like because he looked deformed, like he was born looking deformed and retarded. So yeah, and they just pick on him for that, and they let him drown in the river. And so yeah, and from there his mother got really pissed off, and so she decides to go and kill the girl that was supposed to be watching Jason, that was supposed to be babysitting him, but she wasn't even paying attention. So yeah, and so that's how it begins, with her like trying to kill her, but then she kills Jason's mom. And so yeah, and from there Jason wakes up. He wakes up from the river, and he goes what's that? Yeah, he goes to where his mom died. He gets the machete. Like he gets the machete as a kid. So it is implied that he's been killing people ever since he was a kid. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically why he kills all these people. So like anyone who ever comes to the lake, he just kills. So yeah. That's basically the whole plot of Friday the 13th. Now, do I like Friday the 13th? It's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not terribly bad at all. It's not amazing, nor is it bad. I don't like all the Friday the 13th movies, in my opinion. They're not really all that to me. Like, I don't really get how Jason has become like a legendary psycho killer. Like, all his movies aren't really all that to me. I've only seen like 3 movies of his. Kind of 4 actually. I've seen the original Friday the 13th Part 3, Part 4, Freddy vs. Jason, and this one. So yeah. What else was I saying? So yeah, but all those movies aren't really all that to me. Even this movie's not even all that to me. What else was I saying? So yeah, this movie's just not really all that to me. And what really makes this movie drag for me is that this movie is just like, this movie's like very inappropriate actually. Like, this movie is not even like about this movie's not even about. I mean, it is about Jason, but it's more about porn. Actually, this movie's actually a lot more porn than it is about Jason. Like, this movie's basically just porn with Jason in it. That's literally all this thing is. Cause like, there's so much scenes with so much nudity in it. Like, literally from the beginning all the way from the end, there's so much nudity like everywhere. Literally, there's so much scenes of children having sex. There's even a scene where a girl is like, what is that thing called? She's like surfboarding on the river, but using the boat string, and she's like totally topless. So yeah, and there's even there's so much sex scenes. There's even this one scene where a man is even looking at a porno mag and he's licking it, which I'm like really grossed out by that. So yeah, but I don't have a problem with nudity in movies. I mentioned this in my review for Logan. I don't have a problem with nudity in movies, but if they use it way too much, that's when it gets too much to the problem. Because then it starts getting then it just starts being porn actually. So yeah. So what else was I saying? So yeah, but like I still like I don't. I wouldn't say enjoy it. I don't want to enjoy it when it's too much to the max. I don't enjoy it. So yeah. But yeah, so that's all this movie is. It's just porn with Jason. Like literally, the directors were just like, we need to have so much boobies, so much boobies, so much sex. We need to have all of this. We need to have so much booby traps, Jason booby traps. So yeah, that's literally all this movie is. So yeah, but all the characters in this movie aren't even all that either. They're not even that compelling at all. The only one I do can find compelling is the girl, the main girl to this movie that's being held hostage in the house. in Jason's house. She's the only girl that I find a bit compelling. She's not even all that compelling at all. Like, she's not even that compelling. She's just a little bit compelling. She's the only character that I was interested in, actually. And her brother, too. Only a little bit. Just only a little bit her brother, too. So, yeah. But those are the only two characters that I was only a bit interested in. So, yeah. But all the other characters I did not give a shit for. Like, the girl that was played by the other girl from Sky High, I did not give a shit for. All those other kids, like Trenton Marco, the Chinese kid, the black kid, um, the hawk girls. What was his name? Yeah. I know other names too. I know other names, by the way. Nolan and Chelsea are the ones that go on the boat, and Bree and Trent DeMarco. Yeah, and Chewy is the name of the Chinese kid. So yeah, I forgot the name of the black kid and the other kid. And the other girl that's played by the girl from Sky High. So yeah, what else was I saying? So yeah, all these characters aren't really compelling actually. All they are there is to just have fun. It's just get killed by Jason. So yeah, this movie will contain spoilers. I'm sorry if I spoiled that. So yeah, this review will contain a bit of spoilers actually. Just some spoilers. Some spoilers. So if you haven't seen this movie, so just leave the review, okay? What else was I saying? So yeah, literally all this movie is just Jason killing people and porn. That's it. But the one thing that I do find really, but the one thing that I do find really cool that I do not make this movie hate on so much is all the scenes with Jason killing people. Those scenes are pretty cool actually. Like all the scenes with Jason just slicing and dicing with his machete, with bow and arrow, setting up booby traps. All the scenes are really cool actually. Like Jason actually, they actually do get really creative with Jason in this movie. Yeah, those scenes are. I could give a lot of credit to those scenes. So yeah, those scenes are really cool, very bloody. So yeah, and Jason's just a really big in this movie. Like he's really big, and like him unmasked is just very cool too. So yeah. Yeah, like there's a scene where he gets unmasked and he just looks very ugly. So yeah, Jason is the most I can like give credit for. So yeah, he's the only good thing about this movie and the two little bit compelling characters. So yeah, he's literally the only thing I could give compel for. And all the kills in here I thought were really creative actually. Like all the kills here were pretty creative actually. And but I did think a lot of these scenes where like they get killed and they're like groaning or grunting. I do think they use the same type of groaning and grunting actually. Like the part where Trent DeMarco gets impaled, I thought they were just using the same type of scream effects over and over again. So yeah, yeah, but I did find that scene a little funny too. Mostly because like I do not like Trent DeMarco in this movie. Okay, the only character that I absolutely hate with a passion because he's a douchebag is Trent DeMarco. Like I don't really give a shit for him that much. Like he's he's like the major character that like I don't give a shit for actually. Like he's the one that I just want him to die. Like I'm just like, dude, just die already, please, just fucking die. And when he dies, it's just very satisfying. So yeah, but they should have just used different sound effects. So yeah. Is there anything else I should say? Yeah, so just Trent DeMarco dying, I really like that scene. So yeah. Was there anything else I should say? So yeah, I just thought Trent DeMarco here was such a big ass bully. He was such an asshole. He did not deserve to sleep with Bree at all. And also Juliana Gill, Bree played by Juliana Gill. She's one of my celebrity crushes actually. She's on my top 10 celebrity crushes actually, and she's very very attractive in this movie. She's very attractive in this movie, and I just love seeing her on screen for every minute she's in. So yeah, and I do love that one scene with her too. You guys may know what scene I'm talking about. So yeah. What else was I saying? So yeah, she's definitely, yeah, I just love seeing her. What else was I saying? About this movie. So yeah, Trent, I just didn't like him. He like literally throw him away. So yeah. What was I saying? But I did find that scene funny where like Jason like threw Bree to the car that he was gonna drive and he was like like he made such a funny scream. I did find that scene very funny. What else was I saying? Hmm. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so what I also really like the other characters like I said weren't compelling, but I did care a bit for them, just a little bit for them. Just because they're teenagers, that's all I care. That's the only reason why I cared for them. Like I really cared for Chewie, the Chinese kid, and the black dude too. What was I saying? But I didn't really care for the other kids, like the girl that's played from the girl from Sky High. That's all I'm gonna describe her now. It's just her being played by the girl from Sky High. So yeah. But the other two characters that I did care for the other two characters that I find a little bit compelling that I already talked about. that I already talked about. So yeah, and I really liked how the girl that was being held hostage by Jason was like she had Jason's mom's picture in like a locket, I think, and she would always bring it out to him because like Jason's mom was his number one was Jason's weakness. So yeah, and I really liked that a lot about him, and like Jason even saw her as his mother too at times. So yeah, and I really like that a lot about her, that she could get away from Jason by just with the locket. So yeah, that was really cool. And so yeah, that scene was those scenes were really cool. Was there anything else I should say? Hmm. Is there anything else I should say? So yeah, and like, just all the kills I did think were really cool. Like when they killed Chewie, I thought that scene was really cool when they just put the knife, the tiny knife in his throat, the needle, I would say. So yeah, that scene was pretty cool. But I did find that scene really funny. How just Chewie was just drunk out of his mind. He's just destroying a lot of stuff in the shed. Is there anything else I should say? And I did find the black what was his name, the black dude, what was his name, I forgot the black dude's name. I think I described his name, did I forgot his name, but I did think his death scene was pretty cool was when they threw an axe at his back. That scene was pretty cool. And I did find the when Bree died pretty cool too, like when Jason stabbed her by the what's it called, the deer horns. So yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, and I did find the setting to this movie really cool actually. Like I really dug the whole Camp Crystal Lake setting. The setting was pretty cool actually. They really developed that setting really cool. Like yeah, you actually you do buy the setting. You do buy the forest setting and all of that. That like there's a dude killing people, all of that, and you do buy the setting of being stuck in a cabin too, with Jason being with you. So yeah, I definitely did think they did the setting pretty well. The soundtrack to this movie I thought was okay. Wasn't a cool soundtrack, but I did like all the background music that they put in this movie. You know, the music that the teenagers jam to. So yeah. Is there anything else I should say about this movie? And I did think the pacing wasn't really all that either. Like I thought the pacing could have been done a bit better actually. Is there anything else I should say? And I really like the scene where the dude, where Jason first got his mask. That scene was pretty cool actually, where he killed the dude that was just alone, and he thought he would think that this mannequin was his girlfriend. So yeah, that scene was, but at the same time a bit funny, but like pretty gross too. So yeah. Is there anything else I should say? And I really liked when like he stabbed his throat and like there was so much blood come out, and then like he found the hockey mask in the floor, he put it on, and he saw himself in the mirror, and he was just checking him out. He was just checking himself out. So yeah, that scene was pretty cool. Is there anything else? And I really like the scene where he killed Nolan and Chelsea in the river, where like he threw a bow and arrow at Nolan. That scene was pretty funny. Where yeah, he threw a bow and arrow at his head when like Chelsea like flew out of the the ski the board. And then he just whooped like ow. He was like ow, and then like he just gets an arrow in his head. Yeah, I thought that scene was pretty funny. So yeah, and I did think this movie did get a little more funny than scary at times. So that's another flaw I have of this movie. So it would get a bit more funny than scary at times. So yeah. What else was I saying? But I did like Chelsea said where like she was hiding under the the wood thing or something like that, and then she thinks she's safe, and then whoosh, she gets the machete in her head, whoosh, and then she gets it out. So yeah. What else was I saying? Is there anything else? And I really liked the other girl's death too from Sky High when she got stabbed through here, through her chest. That scene was pretty cool. Um, what was I saying? And I really liked how Jason always sharpens his knife. Those scenes were pretty cool. What was I saying? What was I saying? So yeah, I definitely did think Jason was very menacing in this movie. So yeah, and the way this movie ended, I didn't think was very satisfying all that much. What else was I saying? But I did, the way it ended, I just thought it could have ended better, and like it ended on a kind of like a cliffhanger actually. But they never made a sequel to this because of how much critics hated this movie. I don't hate this movie. I think this movie's okay. Um, like I said. What else was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, but I did really like the scene where he got like a chain stuck on him, and then he got his head like chopped by the spinning thing, the spinning knifey thing. I don't know what that's called. So yeah. Um, what was I saying? So yeah, this movie is okay actually, just not really memorable, but all the scenes where the kids are just chilling, I just find okay. Like they're not as really satisfying to me, like where they're just chilling and drinking. I just be like, okay, I don't give a shit what's happening. Like I'm just like, just get to Jason killing people. So yeah. What else was I saying? So yeah. I think that's all I should talk about. Is there anything else I should say? I feel like I'm missing something. No, I'm not missing anything. So yeah, I think that'll be the end of the review. I'll rate this movie a B minus. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, bye and see you all in the next review.